Imagine that a user is trying to solve a simple application. This user does not need a PLC, but they do need some logic. With ARGEE, Turck's multi-protocol block I/O devices become field logic controllers. ARGEE puts the power in the user's hands to write, run, simulate, debug, and monitor code, all without using a PLC. In this example application, an automotive company producing cars needs to notify the truck driver when the trailer is full. Let's build an FLC with ARGEE to solve this problem. You will need a block supporting ARGEE, a capacitive sensor, an indicator output light, a 7/8" mini-fast power supply cord set, an Ethernet cord set, and a laptop or PC. The user should already have Google Chrome installed on their laptop or PC. On the Turck website, type ARGEE in the search box and click on the Product ARGEE Programming Environment. Click and download the ARGEE Programming Environment. Once downloaded, it is important to extract the zipped programming environment folder. Then, click on Start ARGEE Programming Environment. Here is where we enter the IP address of the TBEN block. Now, let's set up the hardware. Plug the capacitive sensor into port 1 on the TBEN block. Then, with an M12 cord set, plug the indicator light into port 2. Next, connect the TBEN to a 24-volt DC power supply cable. The next step is to connect the TBEN block to your PC using an Ethernet cord set. We first need to configure the Ethernet port on your PC. You can do this by going to the control panel on your PC and then accessing Network and Sharing Center. Click on the local area connection your block is connected to and click Properties. In the Local Area Connection Properties window, click on Ethernet Protocol version 4 and then select Properties. Ensure the IP address is within the 192.168.1 subnet. Back in the ARGEE programming environment, enter the IP address of the TBEN block connected to your PC, and then click Enter Program Mode. If you do not know the IP address of your device, use Turck Service Tool to scan your network and find the IP address of your device. Welcome to the ARGEE flowchart. The flowchart editor is made up of condition, operation, and action blocks. Conditions, operations, and actions are selected by clicking the respective drop-down arrow. The flowchart editor also provides the user with 2 timers and 2 counters. Once more, let's review our application problem. An automotive company producing cars needs to notify the truck driver when the trailer is full. The truck trailer has a capacity of 6 cars. A capacitive sensor plugged into port 1 will count cars as they leave the assembly line. When 6 cars leave the assembly line, the easy light on port 2 turns on, telling the truck driver that their trailer is full. After 5 seconds, the easy light will reset and the capacitive sensor will start counting cars again. In timer 1, enter 5,000, which is equivalent to 5,000 milliseconds. In counter 1, enter a value of 6. Under the condition block in the first row, select slot 1, input value 0. This is the sensor input. Under both operation blocks in the first row, select pass-through. Under the action block in the first row, select CTU counter 1. This line of code reads, if the capacitive sensor slot 1 input value 0 is set true, then pass through and count up 1 value on counter 1. Under the condition block in the second row, select counter 1 expired. Under both operation blocks in the second row, select pass-through. Under the action block in the second row, select slot 1, output value 2, and T-on timer 1. This line of code reads, if counter 1 expires, meaning if counter 1 equals 6, then pass through and turn on slot 1 output value 2, and turn on timer 1. Under the condition block in the third row, select timer 1 expired. Under both operation blocks in the third row, select pass-through. Under the action block in the third row, select reset counter 1. This line of code reads, if timer 1 expires, then pass through and reset counter 1. Click the Run tab. This will compile the code, download it to the device, and set it into run mode. If you would like to learn more about ARGEE, you can refer to the ARGEE 3 reference manual located on the Turck website. Thanks for watching.